Screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this topic is most important in all the environment topic we have covered till now. You can expect one or two questions from this topic and various protocol we are going to discuss based on environment. So first one is National Action Plan on Climate Change and APCC. So this National Action Plan on Climate Change, it was launched in June 2008, and what is the need of this national action plan for climate change? This year you need to remember, because most of the time they will just ask in which year this plan got started or what is the full form. Even they can ask for full form. So this NAPCC means National Action Plan for Climate Change. What is the need of this national action plan? This national action plan actually started by India only. This is not an international plan. Okay, so as per the global climate rate index of 2018, India is 12th most vulnerable country that gets impacted by climate change. As you can see, monsoon is changing year by year. You can expect rain in February, you can expect rain in September. So India being covered by being covered from three directions from the sea, India is most vulnerable country. So on an average, around 3,500 deaths occurs in India due to the adverse impact of climate change. Okay, so this National Action Plan on Climate Change include these 7 schemes, and this is very much important. At least you should remember the full form. First one is NWM, National Water Mission. Second, this National Water Mission means how to use water sustainably. These are 7 schemes or 7 plans to combat climate change under this NAPCC. Second one is National Mission for Sustaining Himalayan Ecosystem, NMHSE, and National Mission for Strategic Knowledge on Climate Change. In this second step, 2 things are there. How you will go with Himalayan ecosystem. Himalayan ecosystem is very vulnerable ecosystem. You cannot form lots of roads there. You cannot do lots of industrialization there. So to make plan for how you will go with development in Himalayan ecosystem, this second point, NMSHE, National Mission for Sustaining Himalayan Ecosystem, is there. Next is National Mission for Strategic Knowledge on Climate Change. How you will form strategy, what ministry will work for climate change. This will be covered under this NMSKCC, National Mission for Strategic Knowledge on Climate Change. Third one is National Solar Mission. Fourth one is National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency. Fifth one is National Mission on Sustainable Habitat. Sixth one is National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. Seventh is Green India Mission. So just you need to remember the full form, and by just literal meaning, you can easily guess like what should be there. They generally ask which step includes in NMSH. So if you know the full form, like it is sustainable habitat, it means it is related with housing. So in option, there will be some option like you will form houses with the help of brick in place of woods. So this will come under National Mission on Sustainable Habitat. So just remember the full form and you can do question based on this. Okay, now, yeah.
So how much did you cover till now? Like अभी वाली class में हम तो राहुल सर class ले रहे थे, that's why I didn't join.
Okay, just I just started from this less than 1 page, and I will try to finish this environment completely in this class. Okay, so this date also you need to remember. Just write the full form, and with the full form write the year of launch. In revision of 1-2 hour you can cover this. No need to remember the budget, just mission and year of launch. This National Water Mission 2011. Next, NMSHE, National Mission for Sustainable Himalayan Ecosystem 2010. National Mission for Strategic Knowledge on Climate Change 2014. When this NAPCC started?
Yes, sir. What you are asking, sir?
When this NAPCC, National Action Plan for Climate Change, under which all these missions are there, when it got started?
June
1900.
2008, sir.
Yeah, 2008.
Okay.
This is very much important. Next is National Solar Mission 2010, National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency 2010, National Mission for Sustainable Habitat 2010. So, four things are there in 2010. First is for Himalayan ecosystem. Second, two are for energy, solar mission and enhanced energy efficiency. And third one is habitat. So these four are started in 2010. Again, I am repeating. First one is Himalayan. Second one is solar. Third one is energy efficiency. Fourth one is sustainable habitat. After 2010, in 2011, National Water Mission started. Next, in 2012, National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture started. And at the end, Green India Mission and National Mission for Strategic Knowledge on Climate Change started. So at the end, two things are there. Strategic things and Green India Mission. Both are strategic things. Green India Mission is also very much related to strategy, how to form a strategy for Green India. And National Mission for Strategic Knowledge on Climate Change, this also got started in 2014. So by this, you can remember and try to remember all the dates. Okay, no need to remember these challenges faced by NAPCC. Next one is Montreal Protocol. This is also very much important. Montreal Protocol is related to regulation of ozone depleting substances. What substances are most ozone depleting substances?
CH4, CO2, methane.
No, no, that you are telling about greenhouse gases. I told you in morning class. CFC, chlorofluorocarbon.
Okay, sir.
So in option, if they are asking about which things are ozone depleting substances, so there these things will be chlorofluorocarbon, hydrochlorofluorocarbon, HF, HCFC, then hydro parachlorofluorocarbon. So just you need to remember this CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. These all are ozone depleting substances. And one more thing, if they are asking you in very much detail, for example, if other option is HFC, hydrochlorofluorocarbon. One option is Cl2, chlorine gas, and one option is hydrogen gas. So which of the following is not ozone depleting? Among these,
Other
which
three.
other three are also ozone depleting, hydrochlorofluorocarbon. So the trick is just look out for chlorine. In this chlorofluorocarbon, this chloro means chlorine only responsible for ozone depletion. In this hydrochlorofluorocarbon, chlorine is there, so it will also deplete ozone. In this Cl2 chlorine gas, chlorine is also there, it will also responsible for ozone depletion. Only the option in which chlorine will not be there, there can be any option: ammonia, NH3, NH4, SO2, CO2. Chlorine is only responsible for depletion of ozone layer because this is oxygen. Chlorine will just break down this oxygen into oxygen and ozone into oxygen and one free oxygen. This is the function of chlorine. So if they are asking you like which of the following is not ozone depleting, just search for option in which chlorine is not there. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now Montreal Protocol signed in 1987, as I already told you in morning class, and it came into force in 1989. Okay, now This is Montreal Protocol. This protocol signed in 1987. Now, one convention was also there for safety of ozone layer, that is Vienna Convention. In Hindi, we call it as Vienna Sandhi. Very, very important. It is signed in 1985 under the UN member countries recognize the importance of curbing damage to the ozone layer. So in 1985, Vienna Convention was there. In Vienna Convention, every country, they got agreed like ozone depletion is at its peak, so we need to do something. So after 1987, they all came up with this Montreal Protocol. Now, the protocol was signed in 1987, came in force in 1989. It phases down the use of ODS, ozone depleting substances, in stepwise time-bound manner. Means slowly they will just reduce the use of ozone depleting substances. It gives different timetable for developing and developed countries, because for developed countries it's very easy to switch between various substances because they don't have any limitation for money. They can directly change from CFC to HCFC or something less ozone depletion, but developing country cannot switch. They don't have that much budget. Okay, so these are ozone depleting substances. See, CFC, halogens. Now see, what is this halogen? Halogen are compound. Those are ozone depleting. Just see, first one is chlorine. Bromine. Just a minute. So first one is chlorine, other one is bromine. Similarly, just like chlorine, this chlorine, bromine is also ozone depleting substances. Why? Because these all have a similar chemical structure. If you have some knowledge of periodic table, I actually forgot the name of this iodine. These all belongs to 17 group of periodic table, so they react with oxygen similarly. The way chlorine will react with oxygen, similarly bromine will also react, similarly iodine will also react. So these all are ozone depleting substances. So you should look out for chlorine as well as bromine as well as iodine. For iodine, you will not see any compound because iodine is not there in atmosphere. See, CFC, carbon tetrachloride, chloride, again it came. Methyl chloroform, see, again chloro came. HCFC, hydrochlorofluorocarbon. Methyl bromide, again see, bromide came. HFC, hydrofluorocarbon. So just watch out for chlorine as well as bromine and you can find out the non-halogen. Okay, now what is this halogen? Halogen is a group of compound in which these elements comes chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So just check out for halogens. So this is Montreal Protocol. Remember this ozone depleting substances list, the date in which it got signed and it came into force. Vienna Convention, which is the base of Montreal Protocol. This was a previous year question. What was the base for Montreal Protocol? So the base was Vienna Convention, in which everyone got agreed. Key ozone depletion is there. Okay.
सर ये जो
Yeah.
आपने अभी क्लोरीन ब्रोमीन एंड आयोडीन था ये, तो इट
Yeah,
इज फॉर हेलोजन.
हाँ, ये सारे के सारे हेलोजन हैं. And in this
हेलोजन इज कंपाउंड.
halogen is group 17 element. Sorry, halogens mean halons. And in many places you will see halogens.
व्हाट इज दैट सर, मतलब इसका इधर क्या रिलेशन है?
Okay, I'm saying this halogen or halons is a group of compound in which chlorine, bromine, and iodine is there. So these chlorine, bromine, and iodine are responsible for ozone depletion. Wherever in a compound you will see chlorine or bromine, it means it is ozone depleting. So they may ask you which of the following compound are ozone depleting substances. Just watch out for halons, halogens, means just watch out for chlorine or bromine. Understood?
यस सर.
Means, sir, chlorofluorocarbon not only the one cause of the ozone depleting. There are many causes for the ozone depleting.
Yeah,
Yes.
many cause. And plus, if you will just make this list more refiner, the first compound, which is the first compound in halons? Anybody is having knowledge of chemistry? Which is the first compound in this halons or halogens group? First compound is fluorine. Now see, chlorofluoro. Fluorine also came. So that's why I'm saying just watch out for these halogens. Understood?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, next very much important Kigali Amendment. An amendment to the protocol has helped reduce HFC emission and decreased global temperature rise. So there is what is amendment? Amendment is just you are adding something to the protocol, you are adding something to the law. So in Kigali Amendment, an amendment to the protocol has helped reduce HFC. So this HFC was there, but in Kigali Amendment, they took this HFC very much serious and tried to reduce the emission of HFC. In this Montreal Protocol, the major focus was on this chlorofluorocarbon because it is major role in ozone depleting substances. After some time, scientists realized that with this CFC, this HFC is also very much responsible. So in Kigali Amendment, they try to reduce this HFC as well with together CFC. Next is World Ozone Day, very much important, September 16. So you can relate with birthday of your any dear ones and just remember this World Ozone Day. Next is Rio Earth Summit 1992. So the full form of this Rio Earth Summit is the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. This Rio Earth Summit. Summit means a type of conference in which many countries are joining hands to start something or to make some law or to fight with something. So this Rio Earth Summit, the real name of this Earth Summit was United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, also known as Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit. Rio
Sir, are you speaking?
No, sir is not there.
No.
सर को पता है क्या सर ग्रुप से लेफ्ट कर लिया, ग्रुप मीन्स मीटिंग से लेफ्ट कर लिया?
Yeah, he may
No, I didn't.
realize, Malika. He may know.
ओके मैम।
Okay, sorry, it was a network issue. I didn't realize when I left the meeting. So up to when I was there.
Sir, till the ozone day you said.
You were explaining.
Rio Earth.
Yes, Ria Summit.
Okay, I explained you about this Eco 92.
No,
No,
sir.
Okay, so Rio Earth Summit, the official name is United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, also known as Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit, and it is also known as Eco 92. Why Eco 92? Eco means ecology, 92 means 1992. And in this, 172 governments participated, and this conference was there from 3 to 14th June 1992. Dates are very much important in this. Okay, so in Rio Earth Summit 1992, three most important things were there. First one is Rio Declaration on Environment and Development. What is this Rio Declaration? Rio Declaration is set of 27 principles that were supposed to guide countries to future sustainable development. So this Rio Declaration is set of 27 principles in which some guidelines were there, like how you will do sustainable development for future. Second one is Agenda 21. So Agenda 21 is an action plan concerning sustainable development, but it is non-binding. Okay, I was actually asking that time, what is the difference between binding and non-binding?
generally what we know, sir, binding means ऐसे band or non-binding means generally what we know that.
Okay, what is binding and non-binding means? Binding means you are forced to do something. So this Rio Declaration was binding agreement, means these 172 countries which participated in this Rio summit have to follow this Rio Declaration, have to follow these 27 principles. But this Agenda 21 and Forest Principle are non-binding things, means it is optional. You have to try your best to follow these things, but it is non-binding. Even if you are not following, no problem is there. So other is Agenda 21. Third one is Forest Principle, also formally called non-legally binding authoritative statement of principle for a global conscious on the management, conservation, and sustainable development of all type of forest. So no need to remember this much. Just Forest Principle are some guidelines in management, conservation, and sustainable development of all type of forest. It is also non-binding. So three things were there in Rio Summit. First one is Rio Declaration. How many principles are there in Rio Declaration?
27.
27. Agenda 21. This is also regarding sustainable development, but it is not binding. Forest principle are regarding forest, and it is also non-binding. Rio Declaration. Next is Kyoto Protocol. So Kyoto Protocol was an international treaty which extended the 1992 United Nations Framework Convention of Climate Change that commits state parties to reduce greenhouse gases emission based on scientific consciousness that global warming is occurring and the human-made CO2 emission are driving it. So this Kyoto Protocol in 1992, it was not there in our syllabus, but just you should know this. In 1992, there is also one more convention, UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Again, I am repeating, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So, in 1992, it was there. So, just to extend this Kyoto Protocol came in power. Like how you will apply the principle of this 1992 United Nations Framework Convention of Climate Change. So, just to start the, just to apply the principle of this UNFCCC, this Kyoto Protocol is adopted. Kyoto Protocol was adopted in Kyoto, Japan on December 11, 1997, and it came in force into 16 February 2005. Why so much late? Because Kyoto Protocol was one of the most, we can say, it is not accepted by everyone. Most of the countries have controversies with this Kyoto Protocol because this Kyoto Protocol's guides to drastically limit the CO2 usage. So 192 countries signed this Kyoto Protocol. Now this is again a question for a current affair. Canada withdraw from the protocol. Effectively December 2012 to the protocol in 2020. So Canada was one of the countries who withdrew from this Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol came into effect on 16 February 2005. The international treaty seeks to implement the objective of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. This I am repeating again and again because it's a previous year question. What is the basis of Kyoto Protocol? What was the basis of Montreal Protocol?
Vienna.
Vienna Convention. Similarly, the basis of Kyoto Protocol is NFCCC, National Framework Convention of Climate Change. So, major greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, hydrofluorocarbon, perfluorocarbon, sulfur hexafluoride. So, see, these three are also ozone depleting substances. Why?
Fluorine.
Fluorine is there, halons are there. Okay. Next, Paris Agreement, COP21. This Paris Agreement is also in our syllabus. It is also an extended version of this United Nations Framework Convention of Climate Change. Just a minute. Okay, so Paris Agreement, as I already told you, this United Nations Framework Convention of Climate Change, when it got started,
1992.
1992. So after 1992, they have done various meetings for this UNFCCC because it is one of the most persistent issue of this time, climate change. So in Paris 2021, sorry, in 2015, 21 meeting of this UNFCCC happened. It is legally binding international treaty on climate change that was adopted by 196 countries at the Conference of Parties COP21 in Paris in December 2015. So this Paris Agreement was adopted in December 2015. The objective of Paris Climate Accord was to achieve the long-term temperature goals. And what was that goal? That goal was, main goal of Paris Climate Accord is to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius and preferably limit it to 1.5 Celsius compared to pre-industrial level. So the main goal of this Paris Climate Accord means the global warming should not exceed 2 degrees Celsius, and if you are doing good, you should limit it to 1.5 degrees Celsius. So in next some decade, it should not rise above 1.5 degrees Celsius. Whenever it will rise above 2 degrees Celsius, they will come up with some new plan. It got signed on 22 April 2016, and it happens in 2015. These points you should remember. Now 195 countries signed, and just like Canada withdraw its hands from the Kyoto Protocol, similarly, the US President Donald Trump has announced his intention to withdraw from the agreement by November 2020, because these protocols, they highly limit the developed countries, like you should not exceed this, you should not exceed this. So most of the time, if president or prime minister is very much influential, they may withdraw from the treaty. Okay, so this we already discussed, to limit the global temperature in this century below 2 degrees Celsius, and if you are doing good, you should try to limit by 1.5 degrees Celsius. Next, the most important things of this Paris Agreement is every country has given a proper limit of carbon footprints. What is carbon footprints? If you are doing any industrial activity,
Emissions, sir.
yeah, it's a kind of carbon emission. If you are doing any industrial activity, if you are driving any car or something, so if you are doing any activity in which development is there, there is release of CO2 and CH4 or some carbon things. See, HFC, CFC, all are carbon related elements. So the release of this element, the emission, is known as carbon footprints. So every country is given a limit of carbon footprints, like you should not exceed this much limit. So in this, there is they made a system of footprint exchange or footprint trading. For example, USA is given 200 units of carbon footprints, but they are doing over emission. They are doing excessive emission and they are producing 400 units of carbon. So the remaining 200 units, they need to trade from a country who is not using their carbon footprints. For example, some countries in which industrialization is not there, for example, our neighbor country, Bhutan. So Bhutan always gets financial help because of not using carbon footprints. So the countries, for example, Bhutan is there, and Bhutan, the limit is 300, and Bhutan is only using 50 unit of carbon footprints. The remaining 250, Bhutan can sell to USA, and in return, USA can help financially. So 2020 target was there. Carbon dioxide emission reduction by 20%, work on increasing the renewable energy market by 20%, and increase energy efficiency by 20%. Energy efficiency means how you are using energy. So this 2020 target was also there in this COP21 Paris Agreement. Okay, so this nationally determined contribution, this is not that much important. This nationally determined contribution is actually every country have to set some goals like how they are achieving this Paris Agreement. In every 5 years, they need to report. So this is national determined contribution. Next, Indian Solar Alliance. This is also very much important. Indian Solar Alliance is an action-oriented, member-driven, collaborative platform to increase solar energy technology. So, this Indian Solar Alliance was started by India and France, and this International Solar Alliance is having its headquarters in New Delhi, India.
Sir, is it international or India?
No, it's international. It started by India and France. So it's based on solar technology, to increase the use of solar technology. Next, vision. They are having this line, let us together make the sun brighter, and headquarter is in Delhi, Gurugram, and total now 116 countries are members of this International Solar Alliance, and out of this 106 nations, 86 have signed and ratified the ISA Framework Agreement. Means 106 are now members of this ISA, and out of this 106, 86 are working for this ISA. Okay, so these all are important protocol which is in our syllabus. Next is current affair. So I will just share the PDF of this current affair. I don't think any point is there to explain this current affair. And these current affair of are from last batch, means up to December 2023. Today I will just update this with current affair of June 2024, and by tomorrow morning I will make it more shorter and I will add some current affair in the last 6 months. So just go through this protocol again, and this current affair I will send file tomorrow. Just go through that and you can expect 1 or 2 questions from this section only, protocol and current affair. Remaining, we cannot claim like question will come and come, but from this, at least you can expect 1 or 2 questions. So with this, yeah.
ये ना इतना सारा बहुत सारा हो गया है, तो कैन यू सजेस्ट कि हम लाइक क्या क्या ज्यादा जरूरी हो सकता है पढ़ने से?
Okay, अगर आप जस्ट एक दिन में 1.5 या 2 घंटे भी दोगे ना, तो ये सारी प्रोटोकॉल आपको बहुत इजीली याद हो जाएगी. तो प्रोटोकॉल और करंट अफेयर पे थोड़ा सा ज्यादा ध्यान दो. आपके एक दिन में 1.5 या 2 घंटे ही लगेंगे. बाकी जो पिछला पढ़ाया है ना, इकोसिस्टम, पॉल्यूशन वगैरह, वो बहुत ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है, लेकिन उससे क्वेश्चन हमेशा आउट ऑफ सिलेबस रहते हैं मोस्टली. बट यहाँ पे आप लोग थोड़ा सा टाइम देके 1.5-2 घंटा इनफ है, तो ये प्रोटोकॉल और करंट अफेयर को एटलीस्ट रिवाइज कर लो. बाकी बहुत ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है रिवाइज करना अगर टाइम नहीं है.
ठीक है सर.
Okay, so one class we will do maybe tomorrow evening regarding this paper one. What can be done in revision of paper one, or how like you should attempt paper one in exam. So tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow, we will do one more class regarding the doubt related to main exam or paper one. And again, today I will share the current affair PDF. Please go through that PDF, and I will also share some videos regarding current affair of higher education, current affair of ICT. You can expect one or two questions in these three subjects: ICT, higher education, and environment. I will share the videos. Please go through that. Just 1 hour video, and most of the current affair will be there. Or I will share the PDF. Anything I can share, just go through that in order to cover the current affair. That's all for today. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, if possible, can you take one class about reasoning about that particular universal statement and partial, some like all and some we have, right?
Okay. Logical reasoning you are talking about.
No, sir, we haven't completed that.
Okay. Who taught you logical reasoning?
No one, sir. No one is. We did only aptitude like data interpretation only we did.
Okay. Logical reasoning, Sakshi ma'am taught you in starting, no?
No, sir. Nobody taught, sir. Logical reasoning किसने नहीं पढ़ाई अभी तक?
Okay. Okay. Then we
Actually,
will.
you said you will take the class later, but after that, the time is over.
Okay, okay. I will take 2 or 3 classes for this logical reasoning also. Or maybe we will do just 2 hours class or finish this 2 or 3 hours class if we finish the logical reasoning.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. You can leave now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.